The piece that you're looking at is version 2, in as much as it is the first one of the series that I have produced. It was inspired by a vision that one of our pastors had at a prayer boot camp that we were at in the year 2022, but it was in line with what God was speaking to me at the same boot camp and in the same session. So basically what God was highlighting was how He wants to give us more, and questioning what are we doing with what He has given us. To follow are a series of quotes, scriptures, and extracts that better explain the symbolism as well as the meaning and help you decipher what exactly is represented in this art piece. Hope you enjoy the video. Lastly, before I share the message, thank you for your support. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel if it so ministers to you. May the Lord bless you with the meaning and representation behind this art piece. Thank you for your undivided attention. Every blessing and everything that comes from the Lord is a platform for His kingdom to come on earth as it is in heaven. This is a quote by Stephanie Ike. How are you receiving your gifts? A gift is a gift, if only you are able to receive it. Those gifts are only good if you open them. What talents has God given to you? Be faithful with the call of God upon your life. The parable of the talents. This is a reading taken from Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 to 30. For it will be like a man going on a journey, who called his servants and entrusted them his property. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. He who had received 5 talents went at once and traded with them, and he made 5 talents more. So also he who had 2 talents made 2 talents more. But he who had received the 1 talent went and dug in the ground, and he hid his master's money. Now, after a long time, the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here I have made 5 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. And he also who had the 2 talents came forward, saying, Master, you delivered to me 2 talents. Here I have made 2 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set over you much. Enter into the joy of your master. He also who had received the 1 talent came forward, saying, Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed. So I was afraid, and I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here you have what is yours. But his master answered him, You wicked and slothful servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown, and gather where I scattered no seed. Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and at my coming I should have received what was my own with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to him who has the 10 talents. For to everyone who has will more be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the worthless servant into the outer darkness. In that place There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. A talent is like a year's worth of wages. This is an extract taken from an article by Kenneth Hagin. He is the author of a book called The Gifts and Callings of God. Romans 11:29 says, "For the gifts and calling of God are without repentance." Without repentance means that God won't change his mind about what he has called you to do. If God has called you, that calling is still there, whether or not you have obeyed. And if God gave you a gift, if he gifted you along a certain line, that gift is still there. Each member has a role to play in the body. What is your role? What has God gifted and called you to do? Maybe God has called you to be in full-time ministry. Maybe he has gifted you with business sense or artistic talent. Perhaps you feel especially called to raise a family. Whatever God's gift and callings, determine in your heart right now to be faithful and obedient in carrying out his plan for your life.